Good morning. Roaring ashore, Hurricane Wilma, packing 150-mile-an-hour winds, is right now pounding Mexico's most famous tourist towns as Florida braces for another wallop. If only. Relatives of the woman charged with throwing her 3 children into San Francisco Bay reportedly tried to get her help, but couldn't. And Senator Lucky, thanks to the Powerball lottery, the chairman of the Budget Committee is seeing a windfall of his own today, Friday, October 21st, 2005.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Friday morning, everyone. I'm Katie Couric.
And I'm Matt Lauer. Hurricane forecasters say Wilma could do catastrophic damage to the popular Mexican tourist destinations of Cancun and Cozumel. The eye of the hurricane will pass over Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula sometime a little bit later on today.
And Matt, as you know, thousands of tourists are holed up in shelters in Mexico, and Florida is already under a state of emergency with the storm now expected to hit late Monday. People there, meanwhile, are boarding up and getting out. We're going to go live to all the affected areas in just a minute. And then back to that horrible and absolutely sickening story out of San Francisco. The 23-year-old mother accused of killing her 3 children by throwing them into the bay is due in court today. Could this have somehow been prevented? We'll talk with the DA as well as the woman's uncle.
Katie also had a stunning arrest in the murder of high-profile attorney Daniel Horowitz's wife. The suspect, a 16-year-old neighbor. And what's it like to survive a shark attack? We're going to hear from a California woman who was bitten by what's believed to be a huge 16-foot great white shark. She says she felt like she was in the movie Jaws.
Plus, we'll have an exclusive interview this morning with Katie Holmes. It's her first since she announced she's expecting a baby with her fiancé, Tom Cruise. And country superstar Martina McBride, one of my favorite people and artists. She'll be performing live out on the plaza. Whoa, can I speak this morning?
Okay, it's Friday.
It's Friday. But anyway, we've got a huge crowd out there for Martina, and we're all looking forward to that.
Martina just had a baby.
She did,
a few months ago. Ava, 4 months old.
Her third.
Bringing you baby news.
I can't talk.
There you go. But first, hurricane news. Wilma. We've got correspondents across the Gulf region. Al Roker's at the National Hurricane Center in Miami. Peter Alexander's in Cancun, Mexico. And Kerry Sanders is in Naples, Florida. Al, let's begin with you. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt. Well, what we're looking at, this is the latest on Hurricane Wilma right now. It's about 45 to 50 miles southeast of Cozumel, Mexico. It's moving north-northwest at 6 miles per hour. Still a dangerous Category 4 storm with 145 mile per hour winds. Now, some areas going to be picking up parts of western Cuba, up to 40 inches of rain in the mountains, parts of Mexico, 10 to 20 inches of rain. The path of the storm, again, a big question. If it gets hung up over the Yucatan, as it might over the next couple of days, all bets are off as far as southern Florida. But if it doesn't, then southern Florida has to worry about Wilma sometime on Monday. Time will tell. The next 24 hours will tell the tale. Katie?
All right, Al, thanks so much. Now let's head southwest to Cancun, Mexico. The popular tourist destination is already feeling the wrath of Wilma. NBC's Peter Alexander is there. Peter, good morning.
Good morning to you, Katie. This is what Al and the other forecasters are referring to. It is now light here, 9 o'clock local time, and it's revealing what we heard overnight, those howling winds as well as the stinging rain. It's been coming on and off over the course of this morning, and it's a big concern for as many as 20,000 tourists who are stranded here. We're standing outside one hotel that last night turned into a shelter. They only have 240 rooms. They were all booked, so they had to put people, many of them Americans, into a conference room. 125 of them sleeping on the floor, stranded strangers side by side like sardines. And now, right now, their biggest concern is how long it'll take for this slow-moving storm to pass. Katie?
All right, Peter Alexander. Peter, thank you so much. And now back to Florida, where storm-weary residents are bracing for yet another swipe from Mother Nature. NBC's Kerry Sanders is in Naples, Florida this morning. Hi, Kerry.
Well, Katie, the expectation is it is heading to southwest Florida. Here's the morning paper waiting for Wilma. The emergency officials have already announced today mandatory evacuations. Here we go again. It's a race now. Buy wood, get the makeshift shutters into place, stock up on food, and for most, hit the road. It's already slow going on Interstate 75 heading north. After 7 hurricanes in just 14 months here in Florida, Wilma is already a misery.
It's costly. If you're a working man, it's costing you. Nobody really reimburses you for it, so you just do the best you can do.
In Charlotte County, ground zero for Hurricane Charlie last year, officials are urging anxious residents to remain calm. We've seen a great response from the citizenry throughout the Southwest Florida area. They've been doing exactly what they have to do to get ready should this storm come our way. Are people actually leaving it? Well, the concern now is that there are out of gasoline at some of the gas stations, but the governor has said that he will make sure that there are enough supplies to get to those gas stations so that people pulling in will be able to get gas so they can head north. That's, of course, one of the greatest concerns, especially after Rita. People saw that they didn't get gas, they got stuck on the road, and then it just turned into a greater nightmare. Katie?
All right, Carrie Sanders, I feel so bad for all those folks in Florida having to deal with this yet again. Thanks so much, Carrie. It is 7:06 Pacific time. Now let's get a check of the rest of the morning's top stories. And for that, we turn to Natalie Morales, who's filling in for Ann at the news desk. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning to you, Katie, and good morning, everyone. More now on that arrest and the murder of the wife of a prominent California defense attorney. In custody, a teenager who lived nearby. Details from NBC's Mark Mullen.
The murder of Pamela Vitale was shocking, and so was news about the suspect police arrested, a 16-year-old neighborhood boy.
The arrest was the culmination of 5 days of almost nonstop work by numerous sheriff's office personnel.
Police offered few details surrounding the murder of Vitale, the wife of noted criminal defense attorney Daniel Horowitz.
I'm telling you that Pamela fought like hell.
Police sources said the young killer had scratches on his body when arrested, and that the boy allegedly killed Vitale with a piece of crown molding and cut a Gothic symbol in her back. At the suspect's high school, students reacted.
He didn't kind of fall into the category of the average high schooler, just that he was more into the goth scene than most.
Police are investigating whether the boy, who lived here, was involved in a scheme to sell credit card numbers to fund a marijuana growing operation. But the motive for the murder is still unclear. The 16-year-old could be formally charged with Pamela Vitale's murder on Monday, unless he's charged as an adult. If that happens, he could be arraigned in court as early as today. Mark Mullen, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Today, former House Majority Leader Tom DeLay is in court in Texas, one of the most powerful figures in Congress. Just a month ago, DeLay is now facing serious criminal charges. NBC's Chip Reed is in Austin. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning, Natalie. You can see behind me the media horde is assembled here, but DeLay is up in the courtroom right now with his wife, Christine, and the session just began. I'm told the judge just walked in about a minute ago. The prosecutor is also there. We may hear a plea from DeLay today. Presumably that would be not guilty. Also, they're going to be dealing with some motions in this case. For example, speedy trial. He wants a fast trial so that if he is found not guilty, he can get his job as majority leader back, because if this goes on too long, they're going to have to fill that slot permanently in Congress. He's also looking for a change of venue. He says that this Austin area is just so liberal. He says it is the last bastion of liberalism in Texas, the last place where he wants to be tried. And he also wants the judge to recuse himself, arguing that he is a committed Democrat, gave money to the DNC and to John Kerry. So Tom DeLay, another surprise, just like that mugshot yesterday, something that nobody was really expecting. Natalie?
All right, Chip Reed in Austin, Texas. Thanks so much, Chip. 3 Marines and an Army soldier were killed Thursday in Iraq in 2 separate attacks. The deaths bring to at least 1,992 the number of U.S. troops killed since the start of the war. Meantime, a lawyer for one of the co-defendants in Saddam Hussein's mass murder trial has been found dead. He was dragged away by gunmen on Thursday. Today, President Bush is in California to help dedicate a new exhibit at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley. He will help open a new pavilion that features a Boeing 707 that served as Air Force One for Reagan and 6 other presidents. It is now 7:09 Pacific time. Back over to Katie.
All right, Natalie, thanks so much. We're going to head back to Al in Miami for a check of the weather, not only, I guess, concerning Wilma, but all across the nation. Right, Al?
Right you are, Katie. But right now at 10 o'clock, Max Mayfield, the director of the National Hurricane Center, Ed Rappaport, his deputy, and other hurricane forecasters are getting together. They've got their 10 o'clock briefing going on right now. There's been some new data coming in, so hopefully we'll have that. There's going to be a press conference around 11:30 East Coast time on the latest on Hurricane Wilma, still a dangerous Category 4. In fact, as you take a look at the radar, you'll see that there's still rain actually working its way in from Florida, into Florida from Wilma. And as we pull out, you'll see we do have some wet weather also in the midsection of the country, Great Lakes. That rain will be spreading out into the mid-Atlantic states as well. Also some wet weather in the Pacific Northwest. We're looking at clouds in the Pacific Northwest as well. And we look for fog in Southern California with plenty of sunshine through the Southwest with temperatures getting up into the 90s. Look for fog also in parts of the Gulf Coast. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning, everybody. A great picture this morning from Brian Saunier and Jim Culp in Sky 8. And as you can see above the morning low clouds and fog, you're looking at Mount St. Helens, and we are seeing another steam emission coming up out of the crater of the mountain at this time, you can see. And that steam laying over and pointed off towards the east. So we've got some pretty good winds coming up out of the west, moving to east at this time. No reports if there's any ash in that. But again, our local weather, plenty of morning fog, then afternoon sunshine, high 68.
Miss you. I miss you very much. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
I can hear it somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. We have it right here. Yes.
Coming up in the next half hour, we'll be talking to lead hurricane forecaster Ed Rappaport, and he'll give us the latest on Wilma. Matt?
All right, Al, thanks very much. More now on that arrest of a teenager in the beating murder of Pamela Vitale, the wife of noted defense attorney Daniel Horowitz. The suspect is a 16-year-old boy who lives in the neighborhood. Ivan Gold is a law partner and friend of Daniel Horowitz and Pamela Vitale. Mr. Gold, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thursday was an emotional day, obviously, for Daniel Horowitz and anyone connected with this. It was the funeral for Pamela Vitale and then the news, of course, of the arrest of this young suspect. How did Mr. Horowitz react to that news?
He was just so grateful for all the great work the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Department did. The fact that this information came on through the tip line, Mr. Horowitz is just so grateful for all the love, all the support. Dan is he just feels all the love from everybody. I've received hundreds and hundreds of letters. It's just a good feeling to feel all the support.
Ivan, there was so much speculation as to who may have been responsible for this. Are you shocked that the police have in custody now a 16-year-old boy?
Not really. No. I'm born and raised in the Bay Area. Practiced criminal law here for years. Worked with Dan on many, many cases. And I know a lot of these juvenile crimes are like this. They're senseless, violent acts. I'm not surprised it's a 16-year-old kid. It's something as a society we really must work on. That's violent juvenile crime.
Well, what about a motive? I mean, there have been published reports that say this young man may have been involved in some sort of a credit card scheme to purchase marijuana growing equipment. What have you heard about that?
Yes, that's correct. It's just senseless. That's one thing. But a murder, why the murder? To steal a credit card, to purchase marijuana growing equipment, that's fine. This is a very remote, secluded area, 5 miles up in the hills from the city. But why did Pamela Vitale have to be murdered? It's a senseless, stupid act.
There are some other reports, Ivan, that Mr. Horowitz himself may have actually represented this young man on a previous case, maybe done some pro bono work for him. You're his law partner. What can you tell me about that?
Dan knew the family somewhat, but he didn't really know this kid. He had no connection to this kid. Dan didn't know.
Do you know the young man?
I've never met him, no. I've never met him. We had no idea this kid was involved. Thank God for the tip line. Thank God someone came forward and turned this kid in so he could be brought to justice.
And the nature of the crime, at least from what we're hearing, that he beat Pamela Vitale maybe 39 times with a piece of crown molding and then quietly took a shower, had a drink of water, and we're even hearing that perhaps put a goth symbol on her back. What can you tell me about that?
I can tell you that it is a senseless, stupid act. And I'll tell you, Dan is right. Pamela fought like hell. And it's because she fought like hell that we were able to catch this kid, that he had scratches all over him. Pamela made sure that we could recognize who this was and that we could bring him to justice.
Ivan, there are some questions now about whether this 16-year-old boy should be tried as an adult or a juvenile. I'm curious if you have some conflict on this as a defense attorney, if you feel one way, and as a very close friend of the victim, if you feel another way.
This kid should definitely be tried as an adult. And now under Prop 21 in California that was passed several years ago, the district attorney can file directly and have him tried as an adult. There is no question this kid should be tried as an adult. No question. This was a senseless, violent, stupid act. There's no doubt about it.
If he's tried as an adult, he could face life in prison. If he's tried as a juvenile, he could be free on his 25th birthday. I just want to ask you, yes. I know the funeral service for Pamela Vitale was a very private affair. Can you just give me a little bit about, in terms of the mood of that and the tone of that?
It was a beautiful ceremony. It was a celebration of Pamela's wife, her friends, her family, her children. It was beautiful. Pamela was just a wonderful woman, warm, sweet, smart. She loved everybody, and everybody loved her. It was very, very, very sweet, but sad. It's tragic, but Pamela will never be forgotten.
Ivan Gold, a law partner and friend of Dan Horowitz and Pamela Vitale. Thanks very much, Ivan. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's 15 after the hour. Here's Katie.
Matt, thanks. A California surfer is recovering today after a terrifying experience. She survived an attack by what's believed to be a huge great white shark in a scene that could have come right out of a movie. Here's 20-year-old Megan Holloway in her own words.
The water was really glassy, really calm, really clear, like you could see straight to the bottom. It was weird. I was sitting out there thinking, wow, this feels sharky to me. It was just straight out of Jaws. A 16-foot shark is a big shark. It's not just 16 feet in length. It's big. I couldn't fit my arms around its tail. Its fin, its main dorsal fin, was like taller than me. I was just paddling. It came from behind. Like sharks, if they want to eat you, they don't want you to see them before they eat you. I felt the bump hit. I think that's when he bit me. I think I grabbed around. I was like trying to throw my body on top by his dorsal fin and then grab the tail, trying to push. I was just pushing it away. I don't even remember being under the water. I just remember being up and climbing on top of my boyfriend, on top of his board, just wanting to be out, just out of the water. Once I got back on my board, I looked and I had 2 holes in my wetsuit and I was like, am I bleeding? Am I bleeding? And they're like, you're gonna be okay, just paddle in, and pushing me into waves, just trying to get me in. It hurt. Like once I got out of the water, probably the worst of it, just sitting there waiting for someone to come. Happy to be alive.
20-year-old shark attack survivor Megan Holloway in her own words. It is 7:17. Once again, here's Matt.
And Katie, it's still a mystery in Oregon. Who's the holder of that lucky winning $340 million Powerball jackpot? Meanwhile, one of the runner-ups is a guy who knows a lot about handling a big budget. NBC's Michael Oku is at the Oregon Lottery headquarters. Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. The winner of that mega jackpot is going to have to come here to the Oregon Lottery headquarters to claim his or her prize. But at this hour, that person's identity is still very much a mystery. In quiet Jacksonville, Oregon today, the talk of the town has been who? Who in this old gold rush town struck it rich big time?
Thanks for playing America's biggest jackpot game.
The buzz, everybody comes in, is it you, but we haven't heard anything yet.
All state lottery officials will say is that monster $340 million ticket was purchased here in Jacksonville, either at Ray's Food Place, the local grocer, where it is not business as usual, or just down the road at the local watering hole.
If the winner is out there, flip that ticket over, sign the back of it, make sure your name's on there.
Good morning, the Oregon Lottery. This is Vanita.
At Oregon's lottery headquarters, their switchboards lit up as thousands of millionaire hopefuls double-checked their digits.
It's a lucky town today. It is.
4 tickets purchased in the state matched the first 5 numbers drawn, providing runner-ups with a more than $850,000 payday. Michael King and Jessica Warner have a date for the altar.
Well, we would have got married sooner or later. We would have figured out a way, but this just adds to it. I mean, you can just have the wedding you always dreamed of.
And listen to this. U.S. Senator Judd Gregg of New Hampshire, already married and worth millions in stocks, collected his runner-up check. The chairman of the Senate Budget Committee received a major windfall. To be exact, $853,492.
Have you told your wife?
I have, and she's already told me, don't spend it, I've got plans. But all eyes are still here in Salem, Oregon, where officials will be waiting with a big fat $340 million paycheck. And Matt and Katie, a very special parking spot for the winners. So guys, time to come clean.
Yeah, and that spot will be surrounded by the press. There's no question about it when they pull in there, Michael. All right, thanks very much.
It'll be interesting to see when this person comes forward. Can they stay anonymous?
Maybe a year or something like that, but then you sooner or later have to let people know who you are.
Yeah, well, to collect it anyway,
and hopefully
right?
you don't lose the ticket in that year.
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
like that. Anyway, still to come on a Friday morning, that heartbreaking story in San Francisco. A mother accused of throwing her 3 sons into the bay. Did her family try to get her help and fail? We'll talk to her uncle, but first, this is Today on NBC.
All new, their marriage began a lot like yours.
We were in love.
Then he bludgeoned her. He suffocated her. He shot her in the head. He was her husband. Next, Oprah.
Today at 4 on News Channel 8.
Being the #1 news team means comprehensive coverage of breaking news every morning. The experience of Brenda Braxton and Russ Lewis. And crews at every angle. Every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. News Channel 8 at sunrise.
So what can you tell me about this perfect real estate agent?
Well, she has a lot of experience.
And lots of sales.
She knows our neighborhood, the schools, maybe speaks a foreign language.
I find it.
This could take a while.
Finding the right real estate agent shouldn't be this hard. At RE/MAX.com, you can search the industry's top sales force for the agent who's just right for you.
Maybe we should call up the surveillance teams?
Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
There's a better way to save on gas. Our fuel efficiency review, free, with the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. There's a better way to save on gas. Our fuel efficiency review, free, with the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change.
Ask for Quaker State when you come in for your next Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change.
Sprint presents Bon Jovi, a Have a Nice Day tour. March 5th at Rose Garden. Bon Jovi live. Tickets on sale Saturday morning at 10 at Rose Garden box office. Ticketmaster locations by phone or online at Ticketmaster.com. Bon Jovi, presented by Sprint.
Still to come on today, it's one of the biggest film openings of the year, so why have so few people ever heard of World at War?
Plus, the first interview with the soon-to-be Mrs. Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes, since they announced they're expecting. But first, these messages and your local news.
Uh-oh, here comes your migraine, getting in between you and your life, disrupting everything. A total migraine with pain, nausea, sensitivity to light and sound. But why let it take over your life when you could target your total migraine with Imitrex? An Imitrex tablet targets the nerves and blood vessels believed to trigger migraine for effective relief without drowsiness. Imitrex is not right for everyone or every migraine. If you have certain types of heart or blood vessel disease or uncontrolled blood pressure, you shouldn't take Imitrex. Very rarely, certain people, even some without heart disease, have had serious heart-related problems. So talk to your doctor, especially if you have risk factors for heart disease such as smoking, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or if you're pregnant, nursing, or taking medication. Don't let a migraine disrupt your life. Ask your doctor if Imitrex is right for you. Target your total migraine and get back to your life with Imitrex.
Now you can save up to $80 on 8 refills. Click or call now.
This old country table was a real find.
Yeah, just think of all it's seen.
Oh, and all the great homemade food.
What is it that makes food from the country taste so much better?
Couldn't be the cook, could it?
She's a real find, too.
Shed Spread Country Crock. A taste of the country. Also try new honey spread.
At
At the Weebly Wobbly Treehouse, little ones can explore and take their imaginations for a spin.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Discover the fun of the Weebly Wobbly Treehouse and the whole Weebles world from Play School.
Let's play.
I'm Smith. Maybe back. Please check for baggage.
Ice cream? With my metabolism? Yeah. In your 30s, your metabolism slow. So I eat right, I exercise, and I switched to one-a-day Weight Smart. It's a complete multivitamin with EGCG to help enhance metabolism. I'll take all the help I can get. One-a-day Weight Smart.
New on DVD. He may not look like much,
I'll give you 50 for the bug.
but Herbie was born to be one.
Your car! I drive!
Got more horsepower than I expected. Walt Disney Pictures invites you to hitch a ride with the Love Bug.
Herbie, help me out here. Thanks for not giving up on me. Ready to do this thing? Show what we got.
Herbie Fully Loaded. Only this Tuesday on Disney DVD.
Would you believe you can cover 3 pairs of feet for $1 at Dollar Tree? And now you can get these great scarves for $1 too. It just makes good fashion sense. Everything's $1 at Dollar Tree. Believe it. Would you believe you can cover 3 pairs of feet for $1 at Dollar Tree? And now you can get these great scarves for $1 too. It just makes good fashion sense. Everything's $1 at Dollar Tree. Believe it.
Honey, you want to help me? And the sugar, and we go. Oh, good girl. Let's get some more icing here. Go all the way to the edge, okay?
So good.
That's a girl.
They're here. They're home.
To celebrate all of life's sweet moments,
Oh, sweet.
use what Mother Nature uses. Pure, all-natural sugar.
It makes you a kid.
Sweet by nature.
Oh, drink it, sweet.
News Channel 8 can also be seen on these local translators. This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. It's 7:27 right now. We have 48 degrees outside downtown on a foggy Friday morning, and here's what's making news. A developing story we've been tracking for you throughout this morning. A couple of lanes have just reopened now on I-5 northbound following a major wreck. It happened just after 2:30 this morning at St. Louis Road. That's just it's near between Brooks and Woodburn. Oregon State Police telling News Channel 8 this morning that thick fog is to blame for that. A vehicle had pulled to the side of the road early this morning, and then an oncoming vehicle couldn't see it in the fog, hit the car that was stopped. It set off a chain reaction. When it was all over, 8 semis and 8 passenger vehicles were involved in this wreck. 10 people were taken to the hospital, but nobody, we're told, is seriously hurt. Again, there is still one lane closed on I-5 near St. Louis Road. That's near Woodburn this morning, I-5 north. Let's go to Michael Convery now, talk about a way to get around that mess. Michael, good morning.
All right, thanks, Russ. Yeah, Highway 99E is still serving as the alternate down in the valley. Use it north of Salem all the way up into Woodburn. You can rejoin I-5 at that point. Here in the Portland area, we still have some pretty heavy, thick fog as well. Out of Vancouver, I-5 south, stop and go, SR 500 across the bridge. Here's the live shot as you move off Jansen Beach down through Delta Park. You can see it's moving at a snail's pace. Inbound on the Sunset Highway, not too bad. A little crowded as you move up the hill from Highway 217. Now, with the forecast, here is Dave Selesky.
Dense fog advisory in place for Portland, Vancouver, and the entire western part of the state until 11 o'clock this morning. 51 degrees, our current temperature. There's our live picture. You can see that fog across the metropolitan area. Fog will give way to mostly sunny skies, Russ, and our high 68. Back to you.
Dave, thanks a lot. We have an update for you coming up here in just 25 minutes this morning. We'll see you then. I'm Russ Lewis. Have a great day.
Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
At Town & Country Dodge, it's the full line closeout. We're closing out the 05 models with prices below employee pricing. Now, the Ram 2500 diesels are only $37,888, and the Dodge Dakotas are only $17,988, with rebates as high as $5,000 or 0% APR. Your Dodge is at TNC. Plus, get free lifetime tires. The full line closeout is at the largest indoor Dodge store. We are Town & Country Dodge in Wilsonville. Drive home happy.
7:30 now on a Friday morning, 21st day of October 2005. We've got a crowd that might have a little country swang to it this morning. These people outside are listening to country music star Martina McBride's hit from 1999. It's called I Love You, and I believe it was a personal request from Katie Couric this morning.
Yeah, I like this song.
Well, you asked, we deliver. Martina's going to be spreading the love this morning. She's going to take our concert stage by storm in just about an hour from now, so stay tuned for that. If you're in the area, come on down. Meanwhile, back inside Studio 1A, I'm Matt Lauer, along with Katie Couric, and coming up in just a couple of moments, that heartbreaking story out of San Francisco. Why would a mother throw her 3 children to their deaths in chilly San Francisco Bay? We're going to talk to the woman's uncle as well as the district attorney handling that case. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, Katie.
And then shifting gears, Matt, a blockbuster film coming to a movie screen near you, but don't go looking for it in your local theater. We'll explain. And speaking of the movies, the world found out about 2 weeks ago that Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, Tomcat as some like to call them, are expecting a kitten. We prefer to call them what? Katie. Coming up in just a few minutes, in an exclusive interview, we'll hear what Katie Holmes has to say about their wedding plans and the arrival of their little bundle of joy.
All right, but we begin with that tragedy in San Francisco. A mother charged with tossing her 3 sons into San Francisco Bay. NBC's James Satori has the latest on the search for their bodies and the search for answers as well. James, good morning.
Good morning, Matt. A scaled-back search for bodies will get underway here later this morning as investigators in this bizarre case search for an explanation. Today, local fire crews will continue looking for 2 brothers, 1 and 6 years old, missing in San Francisco Bay and presumed dead. The body of a third 2-year-old brother has already been recovered.
We were hoping that we could intervene and make it a positive outcome, and unfortunately we were not successful at doing so.
The 3 boys were allegedly thrown into the bay by their mother, 23-year-old LaShawn Harris of Oakland, who faces 3 counts of murder and assault.
She was just saying to people that told her to do it. She said voices told her. And I don't know what else.
Family members who prayed at the pier where it happened say Harris was diagnosed as schizophrenic. Her behavior at times worrisome.
Sometimes she'd be in a daze, you could say. She'd be in a daze like in her own world.
She thought my mama once she was going to feed them to the sharks.
Harris had been living in a Salvation Army shelter in Oakland where officials didn't notice any problems.
Signs just weren't there. She was outwardly calm, polite, clean. Her children were clean. She kept them fed.
But experts say it's not always apparent when schizophrenics have delusions. In some cases, hearing voices that compel them to act irrationally.
But it's a delusional belief. Somebody's out to hurt them, so they might strike out and hurt somebody or do some damage in an attempt to protect themselves.
Family members say Harris had been taking medication. Experts say that's usually enough for schizophrenics to cope and even be parents.
Family reunification is the main goal for people with schizophrenia. We want people to resume their normal lives.
But something in LaShawn Harris's family went terribly wrong, leaving 1 son dead, 2 others missing in San Francisco Bay. There's a chance they may never be found?
There is a chance that the victims will never be recovered, yes.
The San Francisco Chronicle is reporting this morning that Harris had sought treatment at a Florida clinic this past summer. She reportedly told authorities she stopped taking medication and started hearing voices, but did not seek out a doctor here because she didn't think anyone would be able to treat her. Katie?
James Satori. James, thank you. Let's get more now on the investigation from San Francisco District Attorney Kamala Harris. District Attorney Harris, good morning to you.
Good morning, Katie.
This is such a devastating story, isn't it? I'm sure everyone in the Bay Area has been so profoundly affected. It's just beyond words, isn't it?
Our community is in a state of shock, and you're right. This is just a horrible tragedy.
And before we talk about the charges, Ms. Harris, that have been filed or will be filed, why did so many people watch this unfold and not sort of come to the aid of these children?
Imagine if you were watching this as it was happening. You probably wouldn't believe your eyes. I think that what we saw happen, what this mother did with these children is absolutely unbelievable and is really beyond the imagination of most people. What social services did leading up to this point is still something that we're looking into, and we haven't really figured exactly what happened that day in terms of social services.
Well, clearly, whatever you discover, she fell through the cracks in a major way. Looking at the case in the early stages, at least, can you surmise or basically tell us what might have gone wrong and where the system failed these three children?
Well, I think the whole community is concerned about the fact that we didn't have necessarily any warning sign, any signal before this most tragic incident occurred. And we're looking at it, and we're obviously going to have to take a critical look at ourselves as a system in terms of social services, in terms of what we do, not only in San Francisco, but in the country, about detecting parents who are in a state of crisis or are simply, incapable of raising their children.
Meanwhile, I know that the body of the 2-year-old son, Toronto, has been recovered, and rescue teams are still trying to discover the bodies of the two others who are basically 6 and 16 months, two other boys.
That's correct. The San Francisco Police Department and Fire Department are both actively engaged in a search and a search for the body.
So what will she be charged with?
She has been charged. We have charged her with 3 counts of murder, 3 counts of child abuse leading to death of the children, and she'll be arraigned this morning in court.
And can you tell us, is she aware of what she did and what has happened to her sons? Because there are reports that, as you know, that she stopped taking her medication for schizophrenia.
You're right to ask that, Katie. We will go through a process where she will be appointed an attorney, and I have no doubt that that attorney is going to ask for a psychological review of her state of mind, and then we'll find out exactly what she does now.
Well, District Attorney Kamala Harris, thanks so much for talking with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you.
And now let's turn to Avery Garrett. He's the uncle of the suspect in this case, LaShawn Harris. Mr. Garrett, good morning to you.
Good morning, Katie.
I'm sure this has been such a shock. Did you see any evidence that she was capable of doing something like this?
Not at all. LaShawn was a very quiet individual. I know that she loved those children very much. I couldn't foresee this coming at all.
When was the last time you spoke with her, and how did she seem to you?
I spoke with her approximately maybe 2 weeks before the incident. She's called on numerous occasions for her aunt, my wife.
And didn't her mom try to get her help? And I understand that she talked to social services about 3 months ago to seek at least partial custody of the children because LaShawn had stopped taking her medication, and basically she was told that that wasn't possible.
She has been trying to get LaShawn some help since she's come back from Miami. It's been a difficult time for her. The mother, as well as with LaShawn. LaShawn is very protective of the children, as a mother would be. And I think one of the reasons, from what I understand, LaShawn stopped taking her medication for fear of losing the 3 children. She was staying in a shelter at the time of the incident. And I don't know what prompted this to come about. We're talking about a 23-year-old young mother with 3 very young children. But I do know that her mother has been trying to get her help.
Is the father of the kids out of the picture completely?
Katie, I really can't speculate on the father. I don't know him, and out of respect for his family, he's also grieving. So, I really don't know very much about the man. I know that they're dealing with a loss as well as the Harris family.
And in closing, Mr. Garrett, how are you and your entire family holding up? I mean, it must be so unimaginably devastating.
Yeah, yes, it's been. We were yesterday. As a matter of fact, Katie, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the authorities, the San Francisco Police Department and the San Francisco Fire Department and the other surrounding counties have been working very diligently on finding the other two children. It was about maybe 30 of us to 35 of us yesterday. Had a meeting with the San Francisco Fire Chief, Heather Fong, as well as Mayor Gavin Newsom was out. They're holding up pretty well. Nevertheless, we're trying to get some closure with finding the other two children. One of the other things, Katie, I want to take the opportunity, if I may, to iterate. The children did not have any insurance, and we're trying to set up some kind of benevolent fund for the children upon possible the burial of the children.
All right. Well, Avery Garrett, uncle of LaShawn Harris, thanks so much, and we're so sorry.
Well, thank you very much, and appreciate everything.
And now let's head down to the National Hurricane Center in Miami, where Al has a check on Wilma and the rest of the weather.
Today's weather is brought to you by Maybelline, New York. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
And we are here at the National Hurricane Center with Ed Rappaport, who is the Deputy Director at the National Hurricane Center. Ed, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Now, this is a pretty still powerful storm, Category 4 storm, but yet it's causing you some concern because for the next 24 hours, not quite sure what's going to happen.
That's right. This northwest track we've seen is likely to continue for another 24 hours, and that'll bring the center up to and maybe over the Yucatan Peninsula. And it's the amount of time that the center spends over the peninsula is very critical for downstream areas like Florida. The more time it spends over land, the more it will weaken. Category 4 now, unfortunately, looks like it'll be that strength for the Cozumel, Cancun area. But if it spends 24 hours or longer over land, it's likely to weaken significantly.
And then once it clears the Yucatan, if it spends that amount of time, does that kind of give you some pause as to what direction it'll take after that?
Both the track and the intensity are relatively uncertain compared to normal in the long range. The more time it spends over land, the better it will be for South Florida, Central Florida, and that will be a weaker storm. And there are other features that could get involved if it's a long period over the Yucatan.
We are up to W, Wilma. We knew it was going to be an active hurricane season. Did even this surprise you guys here at the National Hurricane Center, how active it's been?
The seasonal forecast from NOAA, our parent agency, was for 18 to 21 storms. This is our 21st, so we're pretty much on target. Obviously, with so many Category 5 hurricanes and threats to land, it's been a very busy and challenging season.
Well, I know you've got an update coming up in the next 20 minutes or so. We'll get the latest from you then. Ed Rappaport, Deputy Director of the National Hurricane Center, thanks.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. All right, that's what's going on, the latest on Wilma. Now, here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning, everybody. You've seen a little bit earlier, Mount St. Helens, you can see. We're seeing a little minor steam emission coming up out of the crater of the Pacific Northwest, most famous volcano. So far, no reports of any ash in that emission, but again, we're keeping a close eye on it. Here locally, down closer to the ground, lots of dense morning low clouds and fog. As a matter of fact, Western Oregon is under a dense fog advisory until 11 o'clock this morning. Current temperature now 52 degrees. Forecast today, morning fog will give way to sunshine and a high of 68.
That's your latest weather. Katie?
All right, Al, thanks so much. And still to come this morning on Today, teens and sex. If those three words make you break out into a cold sweat, you'll want to hear the results of a new CDC survey on the subject. And then an exclusive conversation with Katie Holmes about love, marriage, and babies. But first, these messages.
Out with old school foundation and in with a revolution. Maybelline New York brings you Dream Matte Mousse. Touch it. Only an Air Whip mousse could feel this air soft. Blend this evenly. Deliver pure matte perfection. A breakthrough foundation. Dream Matte Mousse by Maybelline New York. Maybe it's Maybelline. Now the amazing air soft feel in blush. New Dream Mousse Blush. Smile.
Elizabethtown gets 2 thumbs up and 4 stars.
You will not defeat me.
The date night movie of the year.
You're great, Claire.
I like you.
Elizabethtown. Rated T now playing.
Can you keep your eggs from sticking? Yes, you can. With Pam, America's favorite no-stick spray. Spray the pan, spray the spatula. With Pam, your eggs just come out better. Pam, America's favorite no-stick spray.
Jim Ferguson is an adventurous eater. Jim's family knows he gets terrible heartburn. But what they don't know is that minutes ago, he took Maximum Strength Pepsid AC. Maximum Strength Pepsid AC is so strong, it prevents heartburn before it starts.
People, relax. I took Maximum Strength Pepsid AC.
Now Jim and his family need never fear food.
Why blend in when you can stand out? The compact Mercury Mariner. This trend-setting SUV now comes as a hybrid, too, with 33 miles per gallon in the city. Wow. You've got to put Mercury on your list.
Want to smell it? Before it used to smell like an ashtray. It doesn't smell like smoke. Now it smells like my shampoo. Which smells pretty good, actually. Kind of fruity. Yeah. I'm not just constantly thinking about cigarettes and not dependent on it anymore.
It's big. It bubbles. It's an easy way to whiten teeth. New Listerine Whitening. Its dynamic foam bursts into action, penetrating to help remove stains and whiten teeth. Whiter is easy, and it's Listerine, so it kills bad breath germs, too. Simply swish. That's all. For a brighter, more confident smile. With new Listerine Whitening Pre-Brush Rinse, easy does it.
A blockbuster movie debuted last night, and it will be seen on thousands of screens a little later today. But if you don't go to church, chances are you may never get a chance to see it. NBC's Don Teague has that story.
It's one of the biggest film openings of the year, playing on more than 3,000 screens across the country.
Go! Go!
The movie, the Christian-themed World at War, the third in the Left Behind series, starring Kirk Cameron.
This is thinking outside the box, and this gives people of faith an opportunity to have a strong influence in crafting the kinds of movies that come out of Hollywood in the future.
The Left Behind films are adapted from the wildly popular novels about life after the Christian rapture. The first two movies made a combined $100 million. But don't look for World at War at your local movie theater. In a bold marketing move, the film is only playing at churches before its release on DVD next week.
Right now, we are opening in over 3,200 churches across North America. That is more than all the major theater chains in North America combined.
Entertaining the faithful has become a multi-billion-dollar business. Christian music sales are booming, even launching Christian nightclubs. Faith-based books regularly top the bestseller lists, and with a staggering $370 million U.S. box office, The Passion of the Christ opened the door for religious movies. Hollywood analyst Scott Hetrick says releasing a film in church is simply the next step.
It is tapping, really an untapped audience of theater goers.
There are some people who might suggest the filmmakers are simply using churches to get cheap publicity, but the pastor of this church in Dallas says that goes both ways.
We view this as a tool to reach out to our community.
Pastor Greg Headley says screening the film in his church is a chance to spread the gospel to a bigger audience.
We'll greet everyone, welcome them to our church, then we'll begin the film, and at the close of the film, we will give opportunity for people to respond to a gospel message.
You have sinned against God, like I have.
A message of faith mixed with a little marketing, Hollywood style. For today, Don Teague, NBC News, Dallas.
And coming up next on a Friday morning, the future Mrs. Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes, speaks out for the first time on their wedding and baby plans. That's right after this.
Dr. Lisa Metzger hears all kinds of things from her patients.
Let's have it. I met him a few days ago, and he asked me on a date. He's just so young. This is good.
But this time...
Oh, my God.
It's the mother load.
Strong, Mom. Never seen you like this. We have had sex on every surface of my apartment.
Meryl Streep. Uma Thurman.
This is great. It's amazing.
Prime.
Your bra is showing. Is it missing a button?
Rated PG-13. Starts October 28th.
New Promise Buttery Spread helps maintain a healthy heart when eaten instead of butter or margarine. And now it also has heart health essentials and no trans fat. No wonder hearts are beating louder. New Promise Buttery Spread, taking your health to heart.
Dogs want to be with us more than anything in the world. Because they're dogs. And that's what they do. And when we can't be with them, we give them a jambone to keep them happy. Because we're dog lovers. And that's what we do. Pedigree Jambone, the long-lasting bone with a meaty center that keeps dogs happy.
3:30. I got soccer. Oh, look at that. Here, honey. Who wants one? Honey, would you like one? Last one here, and then I'm taking you to Zach's. So we'll do that, and then we'll go to the mall, pick up. Oh, I'll get that for you, little buddy. There we go. There it is. Okay. Where's my bun? What can make me feel? Is that my honey bun? Did you teach him that?
Little Debbie, unwrap a smile.
When my allergies get really bad, I feel like I'm in a fog. Now I'm Claritin Clear. Claritin gives me non-drowsy relief from my worst symptoms for 24 hours. It's the only one proven to make you alert and focused. Got it. Claritin. Live Claritin Clear.
There you go. Good. Dribble. Good. Now shoot it, Kevin. Go for 3. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I love that, huh? This is Mama's house.
Have you had your protein today? Tyson chicken, beef, and pork. Real food packed with protein to keep you and your family going strong. Driveway Hoops, powered by Tyson.
Well, have you heard? Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes are having a baby, and our West Coast contributor, Maria Menounos, was the first to catch up with the very proud mom-to-be. She's in Charlotte, North Carolina this morning. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Katie. I'm actually here in North Carolina to be first on the set of Will Ferrell's yet-to-be-titled NASCAR comedy. But I was on a different mission when I got an exclusive first chat with Katie Holmes since announcing the big baby news.
We're so excited.
Tell me, what's it like? You're pregnant, you're marrying the man you've always dreamed of.
Yeah.
Such a storybook.
It's amazing. I'm so happy. It's a dream come true. I feel great. I'm beaming, and I'm so excited.
It's truly a thrilling time for Katie Holmes. She and Tom announced their pregnancy just 2 weeks ago, and Katie and I shared a little girl talk. So you guys going to start putting together baby room and stuff?
Yes. We're getting that together, learning how to knit.
Does that mean baby booties? And when will the happy couple who got engaged in Paris in June tie the knot? And have you guys started putting wedding plans together?
We are. We don't have a date just yet, but there's so much excitement going on. It's just amazing.
It's your first wedding. I can imagine you're going to have the biggest wedding ever.
It's exciting. We don't know yet, but we're thrilled.
What's Tom saying?
So much. He's thrilled.
Is he filming right now?
He's filming MI3.
Do you get to visit him often?
Yeah, I'm on my way right now.
But not before checking out the Rockin' Republic fashion show in Hollywood last night, along with Paris Hilton. No Stavros or Lastus in sight. She sat next to her publicist, Jack. I was backstage because I got to walk the runway, too. That was fun. Of course, this is Cruise's third child, but it'll be a first for Katie, and we'll have to wait and see if she'll follow in the footsteps of their fellow celebrities with a baby name fit for the headlines.
Yeah.
All right, Maria,
Katie.
thanks so much. You're walking the catwalk. We have a theme here, you know.
It's very groovy.
Anyway,
Maria.
thanks, Maria. And still to come this morning on Today, a shocking study about teens and sex. You may be very surprised to learn what goes on behind closed doors.
Plus, we'll hit the gas and catch up with some NASCAR wives to find out what life is like in the fast lane after your local news.
There's no time for heartburn. Waiting up to 40 minutes for Pepsid AC to block acid just doesn't cut it. Fast relief is our specialty. You torched your car. Why? Practicing for help. Now, pleased to meet you.
the matter, Henry?
What if one man's nightmare...
That's my father. You told me your father was dead.
He is dead. The next time walking out the door... became another man's reality.
I spoke to Maureen less than an hour ago.
She's been dead for months. From the director of Monsters Ball, Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts, Ryan Gosling.
No, she didn't have to see this.
Stay. Rated R. Now playing only in theaters.
This yard is a mess. What would Ty do?
I do a little fall cleaning.
Wow. Where'd all the leaves go?
To the neighbor's yard. Hedge. Trimmer.
Hey, windows. The garage.
You're kidding. Now that's a garage.
Awesome.
Awkward.
Honey, what are you doing?
Come on, we're going to Sears.
Imagine all the cool things you can do for fall at Sears.
Is watching your weight always on your mind? Try Quaker's delicious new weight control oatmeal. 7 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber help fill you up and start your day. Weight off your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Davis.
Let's hear from Eric the intern. What's on today's menu, buddy?
It's this amazing Dell Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor with HT technology and a 17-inch flat panel monitor for $699. Other desktops start at $399.
Hey, Eric, whatever we're paying you, double it.
You don't pay me. You pay me with experience.
Triple it, then.
What?
This is the spot. Happened right here. It was devastating. I wanted a boat my whole life. It was a 16-foot deep V aluminum, burned and sank. This is my dream boat. It's about all that was left. The first person I called was Mike, my insurance agent. Then I called my wife.
I knew immediately how much that boat meant to Mark.
The boat burned in June, and by mid-July, I had a new boat.
You get to know every customer.
Made me feel a heck of a lot better.
Country Insurance and Financial Services.
Chrysler Town & Country, with the exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't.
Right now, get $2,000 cash allowance on Town & Country. Hurry into your Chrysler dealer today.
News Channel 8 can also be seen on these local translators. This is a News Channel 8 update.
And good morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. We've been following a developing story all morning long here on News Channel 8. A big wreck on I-5 northbound. 2 lanes are now back open near Woodburn following that accident at about 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning. It happened again near Woodburn, shut down all northbound lanes for several hours. Let's get to News Channel 8's Scott Burton, who is on the scene live. And Scott, OSP now saying that more vehicles are involved than first thought there in the fog this morning?
That's right, Russ. They've upped the number to 8 semi-vehicles. That's up from 5, 8 semi-trucks and 8 private vehicles, cars and minivans. Take a look at this one behind me. The entire side of this truck was sheared off this morning. The driver said that due to the fog, he wasn't able to see the wreck ahead of him. And as he tried to swerve to avoid it, it snagged the side of the trailer and tore the whole thing off. They're about to start unloading this and put it into another trailer to try to ship it up to Washington. At this point, 10 people, we're told, were taken to local hospitals. Believe it or not, minor injuries, nothing major here. Nobody's expected to pass away as a result of this crash. They had the freeway closed for quite some time all morning, still just down to 2 lanes. They had some cooking grease spill along the slow lane. They're still trying to clean that up. They anticipate that it may be noon before that's open up again. OSP says it's fog and excess speed that contributed to this wreck. Apparently, a car pulled over to the side of the road and another car clipped it, and then it was a chain reaction from there. OSP estimated visibility about 100 yards, meaning that drivers had about 1 second to respond as the vehicles came close. And so we're going to have a lot more on this coming up at noon, but that's the story from I-5 northbound just south of Woodburn at this point. Russ, back to you in the studio.
Scott, thanks. Let's go to Michael Convery now to tell us what we can do to get around this. Michael, 2 lanes open now. Is it still pretty slow, though, going north?
Yeah, I think it's still going to be slow, but probably the better bet is to go ahead and stick with I-5 now. A 99E was serving as the alternate all morning as I-5 was closed. That is still pretty slow, too, coming up north of Salem. So at this point, if I was leaving Salem, I'd just go with I-5, despite the fact that that right lane is still closed. Here in the Portland area, the fog has started to thin out, and also the traffic has improved quite a bit. Inbound I-84, that's some moderate slowing out of the Hollywood district down to I-5. Right now on the Sunset Highway, there's some slowing out near Cornell Road, but you can see nice clear conditions and pretty good ride most of the way into town. Dave Selesky's got the forecast.
Thanks much, Michael. We still have dense fog throughout all of the metropolitan area. Here's our live camera up on top of the Wells Fargo Center. The fog lifting somewhat over the immediate downtown area. 52 degrees our current temperature. Dense fog advisory, folks, is in place until 11 o'clock this morning for all of the Willamette Valley, Portland, Vancouver, southwestern Washington. Our forecast high 68 tomorrow, dry, and 65. Russ.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. We're back in 25 minutes. We'll keep you posted on what's happening on the roads this morning. Stay with News Channel 8. I'm Russ Lewis. Have a great day.
Life comes with standard safety features. They're all around you. Gambling can have its own safety features. When you gamble, set a budget. Set a time limit. Play safe.
Hi, my name is Sherry Harrington. I've had my hair the same for about 20-some years. I'm real excited about this. I think it'll be a good, healthy change. Every one of my friends and all of my family are anticipating this change.
That teens treat oral sex very casually. It's something that I found out when I did that special last year.
Right.
But this survey bears that out, and that leaves a lot of parents wondering how they approach the whole subject and how they discourage their kids from doing this.
Well, treat it very casually, and they don't really consider it sex.
Right, exactly.
It's just part of the courting ritual.
Yeah, sort of like kissing, believe it or not. But anyway, we'll get into that.
Then are you tired of the same old movie theater where you're treated more like a head of cattle than a customer? Well, how does babysitting, a valet, a meal cooked by a chef sound to you? Well, we're going to show you some high-end luxury theaters that are all the rage these days. And a little later on, we're going to introduce you to some women who have nerves of steel, I would imagine. They're the wives of NASCAR drivers. But a little reminder first, I haven't finished packing yet, but I'm off to pad my frequent flyer account during my last 6 round-the-world voyages. I think I've logged 377 hours in the air, and for those of you who are keeping track, that's 167,000 plus miles flying around the world. But it's not all about me.
Where in the world is Matt Lauer?
I am holding raw diamonds, something that is actually illegal in this country. How much worth do I have in my hands right now?
You have about 150,000.
Talk to me about this raw diamond.
This diamond is 207 carats. It's about $250,000.
Can I take this back for Katie?
Well, no. You got arrested.
Where in the world is Matt Lauer?
You asked me why not when I got back, why I couldn't bring that back for you.
No, I didn't.
You actually, I think, called me and said, just put it in the lining of your suitcase to get through. Anyway, that was in Botswana last year, and the extravaganza kicks off this year, November 7th, 5 days, 5 different countries all around the world.
You're looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Seriously? You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I tease you about it being a boondoggle, but it's very exhausting. I mean, we love seeing you and learning about these places, but for you, man, it is...
It is a blur.
Yeah.
It is a blur, but
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll be fun, and November 7th, check it out.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And first, now we have to head... No, we get to. It's not we have to,
yeah,
Natalie.
we're required.
Thanks, where Natalie Morales is filling in for Ann Curry this morning. Natalie, good morning.
And good morning to you, Katie and Matt, and good morning, everyone. Wilma's hurricane-force winds are starting to pound Cozumel, Mexico. The storm is still a Category 4 hurricane with winds of about 145 miles an hour. And rain and rough surf are battering Cancun. Forecasters say Wilma could do catastrophic damage. NBC's Peter Alexander is in Cancun, and NBC's Kerry Sanders is in Naples, Florida. And Peter, let's begin with you. Good morning.
Natalie, good morning to you. We're being battered by the first blows of Hurricane Wilma as it hits us here about a kilometer in from the coast. That area is simply too dangerous. They evacuated all of the tourists from that area. Many of them have been moved into hotels and shelters a little bit inland. They packed in, but their goal is to move out. And as you can see, with stinging rain and strong winds coming and this storm slowing down, they fear they're going to be stuck here for a while. Right now, the people are just trying to get comfortable, afraid that this storm may stick around for the next couple days. Natalie?
Peter Alexander in Cancun, Mexico. Now let's check in with Carrie Sanders in Southwest Florida. Carrie, and what are people doing there to get prepared?
Well, they are already leaving. A mandatory evacuation order is going into effect in about an hour in Collier County. That includes the cities of Naples and Marco Island that most people are familiar with. Residents have been getting their things in their cars, already heading out. A lot of traffic on Interstate 75 as it heads north. One of the biggest problems, of course, is for tourists who have arrived here. Many of them arriving in the last day or so, checking into their hotels, only to find out that the hotels are closing and they don't know where to go. Many of them have come in from places like Holland, Germany, other countries where they don't really understand the geography. All they know is they've got to get out. Natalie?
Carrie Sanders in Naples, Florida. Thanks so much, Carrie. There's an arrest in the beating death of the wife of a prominent defense attorney in California. Contra Costa authorities say a 16-year-old neighbor boy, described as a loner, quiet, and into the Gothic scene, is being held on suspicion of murder in the death of 15-year-old Pamela Vitale. She was the wife of attorney Daniel Horowitz. The motive is still unclear. Republican Congressman Tom DeLay appeared briefly in court today following his indictment on charges of illegally funneling corporate donations to GOP candidates for the Texas legislature. DeLay's attorney asked the judge, a politically active Democrat, to excuse himself from the case. And a Fraser fir from North Carolina has been chosen to decorate the blue room of the White House this Christmas. The 18.5-foot tree comes from the Smoky Holler Tree Farm in Laurel Springs. It is an honor, to be sure. It'll be cut and shipped just after Thanksgiving. Only 65 more days until Christmas. But hey, who's counting, right? It is now 8:06. Back over to Matt and Katie. Already they're starting to pick the trees. So
Yeah,
right
holiday season upon us. All right, Natalie.
Well, makes me feel a little sad when they're cut down, though. I don't know why.
Okay, lie down
Got
on the
issues.
couch. Exactly. Let's go down to the National Hurricane Center in Miami, where Al Roker's keeping an eye on Hurricane Wilma and the rest of the weekend forecast. Al?
Hey guys, good morning. This is just the latest in from the National Hurricane Center. Right now, Wilma's winds diminishing just a little bit, down to about 145 miles per hour. Currently 50 miles southeast of Cozumel, Mexico, as Peter Alexander told you. The western part of the wall now just starting to slap Cozumel around, starting to move into Cancun. It's moving north-northwest at about 6 miles per hour. So again, this storm is still taking its own sweet time. Let's take a look. Our pick city for the day, Little Rock, Arkansas, and their weather today not looking too bad. They've got partly cloudy skies with temperatures working their way. There you can see 50 miles southeast of Cozumel. You can also see that we're looking at the storm system working its way right along the coast. Now, depending on where it hits, that could mean the big problems. If it hits in the Yucatan and hangs around for a couple of days, all bets are off as far as its track after that. Of course, we'll keep you posted. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning, folks. You can see from our sky cam across the bridge in Vancouver, we still have dense morning low clouds and fog now, not only Vancouver, but also here locally in the Portland area. At 52 degrees, the current temperature on the north side of the Columbia River. Quick look at our forecast for you for the day. Calls for morning low clouds and fog, locally dense until 11 o'clock this morning, and then we'll begin to see the fog burn up. Mostly sunny skies by the middle of the afternoon. Our high 68.
That's your latest weather. Matt?
All right, Al, thanks so much. Still to come on today, they're on the fast track to success. We're going to meet the women behind the men behind the wheel of NASCAR. But up next, a surprising new survey about teenagers and sex. Some information no parent can afford to ignore right after this.
Lots to do, no time to lose. For Kansas soup, I'm on the move. Campbell's, good to go. Possibilities, super hands, an easy sip. Classic soups are old favorites. Campbell's, good to go. Possibilities, select a taste so fine. Chunky is the hearty kind. Campbell's, good to go. Possibilities.
Guess what? I'm a witch.
Prove it. Bewitched. Coming to DVD. Buy it on DVD October 25th. And gift with purchase 3 episodes from the original TV show.
This is a great find. The Mercury Montego. Up to 29 miles per gallon highway. Award-winning safety ratings. Unbelievable room. Even all-wheel drive. You've got to put Mercury on your list. It's
Fewer lines than her co-star. But more stunts. What does she have for breakfast? Silk. No cholesterol and heart-healthy soy protein that can fuel any day. Silk. Rise and shine.
Why settle for great lashes when you can be fabulous?
Preferred overall to the leading mascara product. Revlon's Lash Perfecting Brush builds 100% fuller lashes.
Be better than great. Be fabulous.
From Revlon.
What happens when you add real flour, the unbeatable no-stick power of Pam? Pam for baking, specially created to evenly reach every nook and cranny, so your most challenging baked goods just come out better. Pam for baking, another reason Pam is America's favorite no-stick spray.
Can you control your destiny? Can you do it with a spoon? Each morning we choose. We say, I'm hungry, or, cookie dough. This is a turning point. So you pour honey-toasted Kashi Go Lean Crunch with twice the protein and fiber to help you feel healthy, not hungry, all morning long. You like this Go Lean Crunch feeling. Could every day be a good day? Kashi Go Lean Crunch. See how far it takes you.
Randy Mayer was a born saver.
Want to get a fudge bar? I'm saving for retirement. Can I just buy one Twinkie?
But today, every time Randy uses one from American Express, we make a deposit to a high-yield savings account.
Small popcorn.
Wait, you know what? Make that a medium.
Are you sure? Would you like a soda with that?
No.
Now, when Randy spends, he saves. Introducing one from American Express.
The drawing rooms of London had not prepared us for this new world. We were overcome by the very fruits and birds and trees.
Introduce yourself to the new classics from today's Ethan Allen.
The air was thick with perfume.
An unexpected marriage of simple elegance and timeless soul.
The seduction was complete.
Discover a modern take on classics. It's Ethan Allen, redefined. In stores now.
We're back at 8:11 now to disturbing news for parents of teenagers everywhere, and a warning, this segment may not be appropriate if you have young children watching. The first federal study of the sex lives of American teens may have a lot of us grounding our kids forever. These used to be the pictures of teen romance, whispers in the hallway at school, hand-holding, innocent phone conversations. But relationships between young people are no longer PG-13. They're downright X-rated.
He was a boy, she was a girl.
A groundbreaking survey just released by the Centers for Disease Control reports that more than 42% of teenage boys and girls as young as 16 have engaged in oral sex. Apparently, what's considered by most adults to be more intimate than intercourse is now a common part of casual courtship for teens.
There's so much emphasis right now, so much cultural emphasis on virginity and on abstinence. Teenagers are looking for other ways now to have contact.
Sabrina Weil is an editor at 17 magazine.
They perceive that oral sex is not sex, so they see that they're still saving their virginity by having oral sex.
It's a trend several young people told me about when I sat down last January with a group of teens between the ages of 13 and 17. How do teenagers view oral sex today?
It's not sex. It's not intercourse, and it's just like, it's not as intimate or anything like that, so everyone just sees it as casual. Maybe not as casual as kissing, but it's like not that
No
much.
big whoop. The concern about that attitude?
If they believe that it isn't intimate, then they're not going to expect the emotional consequences that come along with participating in an intimate sexual behavior.
Dr. Elizabeth Kasparian has a PhD in human sexual behavior and is the educational director of a program called High Tops. Their mission is to help teens clarify their values and make responsible choices. She worries teens' casual treatment of oral sex can be harmful.
If you believe that you're not going to have emotional consequences, and then you do, and it's confusing, and it makes you feel bad about yourself, that can hurt your self-esteem.
There's people talking, they talk about me. They know my name, they think they know everything, but they don't know anything.
Neil Bernstein is the teen psychologist and author of How to Keep Your Teenager Out of Trouble and What to Do If You Can't. And Dr. Marilyn Maxwell is a professor of internal medicine and pediatrics at St. Louis University and co-author of Questions Kids Ask About Sex, Honest Answers for Every Age. Good morning to both of you. Nice to see you both. So let me just review the statistics. 55% of boys between the ages of 15 and 19 and 54% of girls between those same ages are reported getting or giving oral sex, and the numbers were slightly lower for intercourse among these respondents. You're not surprised, are you?
No. No, I'm not surprised. In my clinical practice, it's a very common phenomenon in talking to kids, and they take it so casually.
And why do you think that's the case? Do you think it's because this notion of being obsessed with technical virginity, you know, in other words, all the lectures about safe sex and STDs may have resulted in this and staying away from intercourse?
Well, that's part of it. We may have inadvertently created a monster because what a lot of the kids think is, well, going all the way might not be okay, but oral sex is an acceptable alternative. That's not necessarily the message we'd like them to have, but that's the way a lot of the teens view that, and we have to change the basic message.
And then one thing we have to remember is there are definite hazards, health hazards, and STDs can be contracted through oral sex.
Yes, a lot of teens don't understand that. You can get certain sexually transmitted infections, such as syphilis, herpes, gonorrhea. Those can be contracted through oral sex.
And the other thing that we have talked about is that this is not reciprocal. This is mostly girls doing this to boys. And that brings out a whole different subject about girls being submissive, subservient, demeaned by this act, and girls are struggling with this, I understand.
They are. There is an emotional toll associated with oral sex.
And have you found that as well?
Yeah, sometimes. It depends. Certainly girls are more casual, but, you know, a lot of girls unfortunately view it as a way out of a difficult situation.
And some we talked to, and Dr. Bernstein participated in my Teens and Sex special, they actually saw it as empowering in a weird way, and a way that they could actually have control over the situation.
I know. I've got something he wants. How sad to feel that way.
Well, I guess the big question parents are struggling with, myself included, is how do you talk to your kids about this? How do you convince them? You know, it's such a generational thing, too, because people of my generation think, I believe, most of them, I can't speak for my entire generation, that this is a more intimate act in many ways than intercourse. And obviously, everything's been turned on its ear, but how do you talk to your daughters in particular and say, listen, I don't want you engaging in this kind of behavior?
The most important thing is that you do talk, and you talk, and you talk. And parents should be real, and they should tell their children what they would like from them. And they should discuss relationships and intimacy. With oral sex, there's a disconnect between intimacy and a relationship and the sexual act.
Yeah, it's about values, and that's really the job of a good parent, to convey decent morals to their kids. And the other thing I would stress to young people is there really are no shortcuts to intimacy. You just can't achieve it in a few days, no matter what you do, and a lot of kids don't get that. And a lot of kids get hurt very quickly and rebound, et cetera, et cetera. And these attitudes are shaped over the course of time, and parents have to be aware of the power of peer pressure. And a good relationship with your son or daughter counteracts that power of peer pressure, certainly the negative influences of it.
So certainly staying close to your kids in all areas of life. You know, you have to develop that connection to them. So. And also, what about a little healthy fear? I always think that's helpful. I mean, I stayed pretty straight and narrow because I was afraid of not only my parents' wrath, not that they weren't great parents, but I was always so terrified of disappointing them. So you do have to set high standards and make them fearful about when they go against those standards, don't you?
But Katie, I think that's so important what you said, setting high standards. Some parents are fearful of telling kids what they want and the standards that they'd like them to have.
They
So
want to be their
need to
friends
voice
instead
that.
of a parental, authority figure.
Yeah, but there's a difference between fear and guilt, and there's some confusion about that.
Yeah.
Fear is what will happen to you. Guilt is how you'll make another person feel.
Well, I think all those things should be
You know,
considered when we're making a decision.
When I was a kid, they were telling us that if you masturbate, your hand will fall off.
Anyway,
Things like that. Guilt.
well, thank you so much for the advice. It's a tough subject to deal with in 5 minutes, but thanks so much for trying.
Thank you.
And still to come, she's more than a little bit country, Martina McBride, out on the plaza. But first, these messages.
Don't you get it? She has nasal allergies.
He's right.
Pal, only Flonase is approved to treat nasal symptoms from outdoor and indoor allergies, plus year-round environmental offenders. Allegra's approved to treat nasal and non-nasal symptoms from just 1. Zyrtec and Claritin are approved to treat nasal and non-nasal symptoms from just 2. Only Flonase is approved to treat nasal symptoms from all 3. For best results, use daily. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Flonase. Ask your doctor.
The nation's top critics are raving about Good Night and Good Luck. Rolling Stone calls it an electrifying movie event. The New York Times says, see it now. And Newsweek declares one of the best movies of the year. Good Night and Good Luck. Rated PG. Now playing.
They say it truly exists, so we seek it out. A miracle food that nourishes the mind and body. And we call it the egg.
This old country table was a real find.
Yeah, just think of all it's seen.
Oh, and all the great homemade food.
What is it that makes food from the country taste so much better?
Couldn't be the cook, could it?
She's a real find, too.
Shed Spread Country Crock. A taste of the country. Also try new cinnamon spread.
Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Gel caps with specially designed holes to release powerful medicine even faster than before. I love what she's done with her knees. I want elbows like hers.
Jergens Ultra Healing doesn't just moisturize, it heals your skin, so even your roughest parts get noticed. Jergens, smooth skin is in.
Surfing on a cruise ship? Only on Royal Caribbean's newest, most innovative ship ever, Freedom of the Seas. Check it out at RoyalCaribbean.com and get out there.
What if the air were clean again? Would the grass be greener? Would you live longer? Feel better? What if all cars released 80% fewer smog-forming emissions? Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota. The power to move forward.
Today's Critics Corner is brought to you by Royal Caribbean. Get out there and take a Royal Caribbean cruise vacation.
Charlize Theron, Frances McDormand, Sissy Spacek, and Woody Harrelson star in a new film, North Country, which opens all over the country today. Our Gene Shalit says the story of a female miner in late 1980s Minnesota is deep and rich.
Good morning and welcome to the Critics Corner. Some 17 years ago, a northern Minnesota woman played by Charlize Theron labors in an iron mine where but few women toiled.
You're taking jobs where there aren't any to take.
The men, angry and resentful at the women's presence, besieged them with lurid taunts, hounding, and brutish physical assaults.
He attacked me.
Bubba, you lay hand on her?
Answer's no.
When Theron complains to management,
we've decided to waive the 2-week requirement and allow you to tender your resignation effective immediately.
She's dismissed, spurring her to spearhead the first ever class action lawsuit for sexual harassment.
The Minnesota Vikings have to put a girl in at quarterback? Of course not.
If she wins, you will have helped establish a legal precedent that will affect every single company in America.
including the Minnesota Vikings.
It's vividly told in North Country, a picture that's fiery and wrenching, exalting, and true. Charlize Theron is extraordinary as this woman whose tenacity and industrial strength courage transformed America from the way we were to the way we work.
I don't want to shut down the mine. I just want to go to work like everyone else. And not a woman in that back row don't know what I'm talking about.
The cast iron cast is riveting. Sissy Spacek, Woody Harrelson, and the formidable Frances McDormand, an infirm miner in her own personal hell.
It's a heck of a thing. Watch one of your own get treated that way.
Michael Seitzman's passionate screenplay and Nicky Caro's taut direction make North Country an exultant triumph.
You're all supposed to be my friends.
The most emotionally overwhelming movie of the year.
Right now, I don't have a friend in this room.
It'll break your heart, and then it will mend it. Those not profoundly moved by North Country had better check to see if they have a pulse.
In fact, the only one here that I'm not ashamed of is my daughter.
And that's the Critics' Corner for today.
I've been hearing great things about that movie, and apparently Charlize Theron is just awesome.
Yeah, and I really, really want to see that and bring the girls if it's appropriate. Maybe not for Carrie, but for Ellie, because it's such empowering movie for girls.
And absolutely should take that in a theater that we're going to be talking about coming up. It's going to make you feel like a Hollywood star.
Sounds good to me. A theater that's hampered, right? But first, we love it.
It's back. Bigger and better than ever. Every day for a week, Matt will surprise us from a different location. And it could be anywhere in the world. Join the Today Show this November as Matt heads off on a whirlwind journey.
Providence Health System Wellness Watch on breast cancer.
Breast cancer awareness is increasing, and more women than ever are surviving the disease. Even so, finding a lump can be a frightening moment.
Most of the time when women find a lump, it's usually benign tissue. So if you find a breast lump, the first thing we recommend is that you not panic. The vast majority of breast lumps are normal, dense tissue. So we recommend if it's still there after a month has passed, that you call your provider and get examined. But the vast majority of the time, those lumps are going to go away, or it turns out that they're just normal fibrous tissue. Other symptoms that we tell our patients to look for is a rash on their breast that's been there for more than a month, or any changes to the skin like lumpiness, and that's called peau d'orange changes.
For more information on breast cancer, visit providence.org/cancer or see your doctor. If you need a doctor, Providence Medical Group has physicians and clinics throughout the Portland metro area. For information, visit providence.org/PMG. 98.7 KPL. The biggest hits.
The biggest stars. This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning. It's 8:27, 49 degrees and fog here downtown this morning. I'm Russ Lewis along with Debbie Duran. And here's what's happening. If you're just joining us, we've been talking about this big accident on I-5 all morning long. It happened just after 2:30 this morning northbound near Woodburn. And we understand now that 2 northbound lanes have been reopened. This is some video from earlier. Police telling News Channel 8 that thick fog is to blame for this crash. A vehicle had pulled to the side of the road and a vehicle behind it didn't see, and that started a chain reaction crash that when it was over, we had 8 semis and 8 passenger vehicles all involved here. 10 people did go to the hospital, but nobody has serious injuries, according to police. Nobody died in this wreck. Let's go to Michael Convery now for more on the traffic and this final look at our drive. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Russ. The fog's starting to burn off in the Portland area in a lot of areas. Inbound I-84 now pretty clear and a nice drive most of the way down to I-5. Northbound I-5 also is thinned out. Just some slowing as you head down the hill into the Terwilliger curves. I-5 southbound out of Vancouver looks pretty good coming down across the interstate. Still some fog, though, hanging out here right in the Jantzen Beach area, but you can see very easy drive now coming down through Delta Park. Dave Selesky's got the forecast.
Michael, thank you. We do have fog around the area. Like you said, dense fog remains in place until about 11 o'clock this morning. Our current temperature is 51 degrees. The good news is once the fog burns off, great day. Plenty of sunshine. Daytime high, 68 degrees. 7-day forecast. The weekend is going to be dry and partly cloudy. Russ and Debbie, back over to you.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. Keep it right here on News Channel 8. We have more local news in 25 minutes. For Debbie Duran, I'm Russ Lewis. Have a great day.
On the next Live with Regis and Kelly, Project Schulweis shifts into warp drive when Shuley goes speed dating for Mr. Right. Plus Val Kilmer, D.L. Hughley, and Melissa Etheridge on the next Live. Today at 11 on News Channel 8.
Okay, now, science test tomorrow. If I don't get the periodic table, I'm toast. So what are elements? Okay. They're the stuff that all their stuff is made of. Because they're made of different atoms.
Introducing Discovery Learning Connection, the online homework help tool that brings home thousands of instantly locatable videos. Go to dlc.com for your free trial. Discovery Learning Connection. See it, learn it, know it.
At TNC Chrysler Jeep, it's the full line closeout. Not one, but 36 Grand Cherokees are $9,000 off MSRP, plus you get free gas. In addition to the free gas, you'll get free lifetime tires, too. Take advantage of great rebates. With TNC's huge selection, free gas, plus free lifetime tires, there isn't a better deal around. Remember, all Grand Cherokee Limiteds and Laredos are $9,000 off MSRP. It's only at Town & Country Chrysler Jeep in Milwaukee. Drive home happy.
Tonight, Jay's all new with Antonio Banderas, plus Ashley Simpson, and really scary Halloween stuff. Then on Conan Doom's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, all new tonight.
We're back at 8:30 on a Friday morning. It is the 21st day of October, 2005. A TGIF crowd crammed into Rockefeller Center. Probably a lot of country music fans here as well, because Martina McBride's going to perform in just a couple of minutes. This is, by the way, the crowd, and we're going to be hearing something, a video actually, from last year called How Far. There we go. There's the video, How Far. She is a new mom again. She's got a 4-month-old daughter named Abe. I think Abe is here along with her husband, so it's kind of a family fair this morning. And she's going to perform in just a... Oh, I love you too. Thank you very much. In just a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, on the platform in the plaza outside Studio 1A, I'm Matt Lauer, along with Katie Kerner. Her kind of spritzing out here a little bit.
But I think the rain is going to hold off for the concert. We hope so. Keep your fingers crossed. And still ahead, an uplifting item. Literally, we're going to show you a $12.5 million bra.
Guy in the front row just went, yeah, I can get into that. That's okay.
Even if you can't afford it, I don't know if it'll make you look quite like Giselle, but we'll get the lowdown.
Also coming up, ever go out on a date night with your wife or girlfriend and you want to go to the movies and then you get there and you wish you'd stayed home because the food is terrible and you get crammed into a tiny seat like a sardine? We're going to take you to some movie palaces that will pamper you like you can't believe.
And you spend more on popcorn and a soda than you do on the ticket. It's ridiculous. I always sneak food in.
Yeah, these, by the way, are a little more expensive, but some people are saying it's worth it. Anyway, let's go down to Miami right now to the National Hurricane Center. Al Roker's down there. He's keeping track of Hurricane Wilma and the weekend forecast. Al?
And what about the fact that you got to sit through 5 or 6 commercials before you get the movie?
But I like the trailers.
The trailers are good.
Yeah,
the commercials.
I like the trailers.
Okay, we like this. Let's all go to the lobby. Anyway, let's take a look. Of course, we are at the National Hurricane Center. Wilma is still about 50 miles southeast of Cancun. However, as we take a look, Saturday weekend, wet weather, the northeast, severe storms along the mid-Atlantic coast, wet weather in the Pacific Northwest, sunny and hot in the southwest. Then Sunday, we're looking at more hot weather in the southwest, wet weather along the west coast. And we got some showers in northern New England, into New York State, some heavy rain there, and of course, a lot of rain down in Florida ahead of Wilma. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning, folks. This picture taken about an hour ago from Timberline Lodge. Our sky came up there. Look at that sunrise this morning. Up above the morning low clouds and the fog here in the Willamette Valley. A beautiful day in the Cascades and also parts of central and eastern Oregon. Temperatures right now in the metropolitan area and all locations are under dense fog. 43 degrees right now in Hillsborough, 51 out of PDX, and 45 in dense fog now for the Aurora area. Our forecast, foggy skies this morning, then sunshine, and a high of 68.
That's your latest weather. Matt?
All right, Al, thank you very much. Just talking to a birthday girl from West Virginia. When we come back, Martina McBride on that concert stage right there, putting on a great show. But first, this was Today on NBC.
At TNC Chevrolet, it's the full line closeout. Not one, but 50 Suburbans and Tahoes are $14,000 off MSRP, plus free lifetime tires. It's an American revolution. Only at Town & Country Chevrolet in Milwaukee. Drive home happy.
It may start with a look. It may start with a sound. It may start with a feel. It may start with the drive, or it may just start with the price. The new 2006 C230 Sport Sedan, starting at $29,975. How will it start for you?
Welcome to Paradise. Paradise Harley-Davidson and Buell. Named Retail Merchandiser of the Year by Harley-Davidson Motor Company and voted #1 in customer satisfaction. We are the destination for Harley enthusiasts. At Paradise, you'll find the best new and pre-owned bikes, easy financing options, parties, weekend events, and a great place to hang out and share the bond of owning a Harley. It's all here at Paradise Harley-Davidson. Life is good. Enjoy the ride. Across from Washington Square on Cascade Avenue.
Hey, weatherman!
People recognize me sometimes. Some are jerks. Every couple months, someone throws something at me. A chicken breast, a soft taco. That was refreshing.
What's this?
Spiegel.
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing?
Nicolas Cage, Michael Caine.
People don't throw things at me anymore. Maybe because I carry a bow around.
The Weatherman, rated R, starts October 28th.
At TNC Chevrolet, it's the full line closeout. Not one, but 50 Suburbans and Tahoes are $14,000 off MSRP, plus free lifetime tires. It's an American revolution. Only at Town & Country Chevrolet in Milwaukee. Drive home happy.
It's been a tough year for Hollywood movie makers. The box office is down, and it was way down over the summer. But Alexis Glick has discovered a unique way some movie theaters are trying to lure people back to the silver screen. It sounds pretty good to me, Alexis.
Yeah, not bad, because we're both movie lovers. But this fall, while studio executives are scrambling to figure out what fickle fans really want, some small theater chains say they've already got the answer.
Valet parking, red carpet entrance halls, chandeliers. Is this a gourmet restaurant? A Vegas casino? Wait, there's childcare too. Patrons sink into plush seats with a nice bottle of wine. Ready for the main event. A movie? That's right, it's a movie theater with grown-up luxuries from another era. This is how it once was. Gilt arches, newsreels, live performances, organs perfuming the air with music. That kind of stardust missing at the movies today.
Tough economics have reduced most movie theaters to this, a bare-walled box. Throw in the cell phones ringing, babies crying. Oh, yeah, and how about that crammed seating? Not to mention the family sitting right in front of you eating a 3-course meal. So why not stay at home? With DVDs and surround sound, a lot more people are doing just that. Not that it's any quieter here. And if you're single, does going to a guy's home theater really count as a date?
What exhibitors have to do now is differentiate their in-theater experience from the home theater experience and hope that moviegoers appreciate that difference and want to spend money in their theater.
Money on the movie, but also on expensive concessions, which make up a quarter of their income. Vital revenue also comes from what passes for pre-show entertainment these days. It's no wonder attendance is flagging. Maybe everywhere else, but not here.
Hi, thank you very much.
Welcome to the Movico Palace 20 in Boca Raton, Florida. Leave the youngins at the supervised child care center and let the older kids have their fun in the huge arcade. The grown-ups head upstairs, where a lively bar serves food and drinks. If you've got the time, Chef Adam Lamb prepares gourmet meals. And when it's showtime, an usher escorts every patron to their seats.
I think what we offer is a real luxury experience to the masses. You can buy a bottle of wine, you can take it inside the auditorium. It's really a total package.
Tickets are twice the price, but the popcorn is free.
They treat you like a king and queen.
Upscale, beautiful, I love it.
Thank you. You're too kind. Maybe even 3 kind.
Forget movie ads. This is what the pre-show entertainment looks like at the Bridge in Los Angeles. It's one of several deluxe theaters owned by another chain, National Amusements. They're trying to turn the movie experience into something hip, with an upscale bar, luxury all-leather movie seats, video art in the hallways, and a heavy dose of modern design. They even have a concierge to come get you if the babysitter calls. National Amusements say their deluxe line makes 25% more than their other theaters.
In the time where box office is down, it seems counterintuitive to spend money on a theater. But that's how they're going to make money.
These and other upstart chains are expanding throughout the country and may even be coming to a theater near you. In fact, MovieCo is building a megaplex in New Jersey that will even have a helicopter landing pad.
Our goal is to continue to provide our patrons with the ultimate service. If you don't have the movies, it doesn't matter what we build. We can build a Taj Mahal. If the movie is not there, you're not going to come out to us.
Good movies, something filmgoers everywhere can keep hoping for.
And I should mention, Katie, the tickets are a couple dollars more at the Bridges in Los Angeles, $15 more. And at the MovieCo, the one I was mentioning, regular tickets are $9. If you want that balcony seating, it's $18. But it's only $9 to put your kid in childcare. So for those 2 hours, it's basically the same cost as going to movies, and they'll take care of your kids.
Sounds like a positive experience. Meanwhile, I just love the inappropriate cell phone man. He's worth the price of admission.
That's exactly right.
It's the inappropriate cell phone man. I love him. Anyway, up next, the music of Martina McBride. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Hey! Thank you so much.
The newly redesigned Dave Lennox Signature Collection, the quietest high-efficiency furnace you can buy, now comes equipped with a new feature, up to a $1,000 instant discount. Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
The task of turning a house into a home can be overwhelming, but Paul Schatz Furniture is here to help. Our experienced interior designers are eager to assist you every step of the way. They'll be happy to help you choose fabrics, lighting, accessories, and other special touches. And you can trust our 85 years of experience to help create a look you'll love coming home to. Come create the look you want and save during the fall sales event going on now at Paul Schatz Furniture.
Welcome back to the Barrett-Jackson Collector Car Auction.
Next up, it's the 2006 Dodge Charger.
It's the RT with a 340-horse Hemi, 18-inch alloys, muscular styling.
I particularly like this razor edging along here. Look at that, dual exhaust. Even the interior looks straight out of a custom shop.
75. No, it's actually around 30.
Loaded up, straight out of the factory. Charger.
I'll take it.
Unleashed.
Excuse me. Ooh, thank you.
Everyone wants the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich, zesty marinara, melted cheese, only at Subway restaurants.
The newly redesigned Dave Lennox Signature Collection, the quietest high-efficiency furnace you can buy, now comes equipped with a new feature, up to a $1,000 instant discount. Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Celebrating 10 years of concerts, the Toyota Concert Series on Today. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward. Toyota, moving forward.
She has won Female Vocalist of the Year 4 times. That's a record time 4 times at the Country Music Awards, and right now you're going to see why. Ladies and gentlemen, Martina McBride.
High school can be so rough and be so
just upon a shooting star. You're beautiful where you are. Yes, you are. This one's for the girls who love without holding back, who dream with everything they have all around the world. Yeah, this one's for the girls. This one's for all the girls. Yeah, this one's for the girls. This one's for all the
She's going to be back with more music, and we'll visit her with her in a second. But first, on a Friday morning, this is Today on NBC.
Today, I made a discovery.
Today was a good day.
We transplanted a kidney.
I helped a family heal.
I learned about dinosaurs.
Today, I met someone new.
Today,
We fixed a broken heart.
I made someone smile.
Today.
Today,
I changed a life.
We saved a life.
my favorite patient went home.
Today, we made life better.
Hice la vida mejor.
Today, we made life better.
Most homes are leaking energy through drafty windows, poorly insulated walls, inefficient furnaces, and appliances. At PGE, we can help. We'll explain how to save energy by making your home more efficient and even connect you with sources for incentives and tax credits on the improvements you make. So call. We'll help you turn things around.
Portland General Electric. We do this every day.
Every home has a rhythm of its own. And now, finally, there's an air freshener that's in tune with it. Introducing new Airwick Freshmatic, an automatic spray you simply set at intervals of 9, 18, or 36 minutes. It delivers wonderful bursts of fragrance that keep your home smelling fresh for up to 2 months. New Airwick Freshmatic. Set it to the rhythm of your home.
With 15 million albums sold and 20 top 10 hits, Martina McBride is certainly one of the powerhouses of country music. Now in her new CD called Timeless, she would like to share the music she grew up with a whole new generation of country fans. And we're thrilled to have her here on the Plaza as part of our concert series. Hey, Martina, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
I'm going to talk about your album in just a second, but let's talk. First of all, congratulations. You have a new baby girl.
I do.
Ava is how old?
She's 4 months old. Yesterday, she was 4 months old.
So you have two other daughters, 11 and 7, and now 4 months old. Is everybody sleeping in your house?
Actually, we're getting some. She's a good sleeper. Yeah.
And it's cool because you've got 2 built-in babysitters right now.
I do. They're a big help. Yeah.
Talk to me about this album. It's really country standards.
Mm-hmm.
These are the songs that you grew up with as a little girl. How different is the music that country music fans are listening to today from the music you grew up listening to?
It's really different, you know, and I realize that, like, for instance, this morning when we were rehearsing some of the songs we're going to be doing, it's just got a whole different feel to it than the contemporary country music. I mean, I've spent a lot of my career doing contemporary country music, so I love that too. But this is just really special. The songs are very simple, very heartfelt, and the music is really simple.
So how is today's audience that's used to a little bit more of a highly produced song, you think, going to take to these standards?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's a very different sound. And, you know, I know that there's a lot of people that have a lot of memories with this music, growing up hearing their parents play this music. And then there are going to be, like you said, a whole new generation of fans who are hearing these songs for the first time. So the album just came out Tuesday, so we'll see what happens.
And you're busy. I know you're going back to Nashville. The Grand Ole Opry just celebrated its 80th anniversary, and you've got a special there, I think, tomorrow night. And then you're back here in New York in November for the Country Music Awards. First time ever at Madison Square Garden. That's going to be a little weird, isn't it?
It's going to be really exciting. I mean, you know, to be in New York City for the CMAs is just great. There's going to be a lot of attention on country music.
It really shows where country music has come.
Yeah.
And you're going for, to break the record, going for the 5th female vocalist of the year. You're tied with Reba right now. Is that a big deal for you?
Well, it's an honor, you know, to be nominated, to have won that many times. But I'm not a real competitive kind of person, so I just kind of take it all in stride and just have fun.
So if someone else were to win, you wouldn't body slam them or anything like that?
No.
No, that's good. We like hearing that. What are you going to sing for us now?
We're going to do an old Lynn Anderson classic called "I Never Promised You a Rose Garden."
No, I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Martina McBride.
Your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime. When you take, you gotta give. So live and let go. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I could promise you things like big diamond rings, but you don't find roses growing on stalks of clover. So you better think it over. Well, if sweet talking you could make it come true, I would give you the world right now on a silver platter. But what would it matter? So smile for a while and let's be jolly. Love shouldn't be so melancholy. Come along and share the good times while we can. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime. Oh I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I could sing you a tune, I promise you the moon, but if that's what it takes to hold you, I'd just as soon let you go. But there's one thing I want you to know. You better look before you leap. Still waters run deep, and there won't always be someone there to pull you out. And you know what I'm talking about. So smile for a while and let's be jolly. Love shouldn't be so melancholy. Come along and share the good times while we can. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime.
More Martina later in the show, but first we're back with more after these messages in your local news.
Where in the world is Matt Lauer?
It's back. Bigger and better than ever. Every day for a week, Matt will surprise us from a different location. And it could be anywhere in the world. Join the Today Show this November as Matt heads off on a whirlwind journey.
Where in the world is Matt Lauer?
Tonight, a Dateline exclusive, the perfect crime and a clean getaway. Now she's ready to turn herself in, and she came to Dateline first. NBC Tonight, 8/7 Central.
Tonight, easy loans and red-hot real estate. The perfect recipe for mortgage fraud. Make sure your investment is safe. NBC Nightly News tonight.
Tonight on Three Wishes, a miraculous story of a lifelong stutter gone in an instant.
Everything is possible.
Three Wishes tonight, 9/8.
With its 3.7-liter fuel-efficient V6 engine and standard electronic stability program, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo delivers its best on-road performance ever. But underneath it all, it's still a Jeep 4x4. Get a 2005 Grand Cherokee V8 with $4,250 in total savings.
98.7 KUPL. The biggest hits.
The biggest stars. This is a News Channel 8 update.
And good morning, everybody. It's 8:56 right now. We have 49 degrees downtown on a foggy Friday morning. I'm Russ Lewis along with Debbie Duran. And here's what's happening. A developing story we've been tracking for you all morning long. Just a big accident this morning on I-5 northbound. 2 northbound lanes have now reopened. The crash happened just after 2:30 this morning. This is down near Woodburn. We have some pictures here. Oregon State Police telling News Channel 8 that thick fog is to blame for this. A vehicle had pulled to the side of the road, and an oncoming vehicle couldn't see it in the fog and hit the car that was stopped from behind. That set off a chain reaction, and when it was all over, at least 8 semis and 8 passenger vehicles were involved in this accident. 10 people were taken to the hospital this morning, but surprisingly, nobody died in this wreck. In fact, no life-threatening injuries, according to police. A shooting overnight near a crowded bar. It happened just before 2 this morning near Lucky's on Northwest Burnside. That's out in Gresham. Right now, it's not clear if that shooting happened inside or outside the bar. Police are only saying the victim is a man, and they do have several people in custody for questioning this morning. They are not revealing if one of them is the suspected shooter. All right, time to check our forecast now. Here's Dave Selesky for more on that. Dave, good morning.
Good morning to you, Russ. Good morning, Debbie. We still have dense fog across the metropolitan area. Here's a look from our camera up on top of the Wells Fargo Center. It's beginning to lift a little bit, but we're going to keep a dense fog advisory in the Portland area for about the next couple of hours up to about 11 o'clock this morning. 51 degrees our current temperature. Dense fog this morning, and then the fog will burn up. Mostly sunny skies by midday and a high of 68. Tomorrow, Saturday, partly cloudy skies and 65. Same story on Sunday and 66. Rain returns late on Monday. Russ and Debbie.
Dave, thanks a lot. That's all for now. We're back, though, at 9:26 this morning with more local news, so we hope to see you then. For Debbie Duran, I'm Russ Lewis. Have a great day.
She died 2 years ago.
Her mom passed away from cancer.
But even though life has thorns, there's still something beautiful at the end.
One thing I can't
Mattress World has the largest selection in the Northwest. We deliver, have a huge inventory, no interest, no payments for 1 full year, and a 90-day comfort guarantee. We guarantee you'll get the right mattress without paying too much.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
On NBC News, another big hurricane is headed for the U.S. Special reports on air, on cable, and online. Hurricane Wilma on NBC News.
Gentlemen, the Mormons have to go.
Well, shoot him.
Joseph Smith, we have a warrant for your arrest.
Joseph, any injustice that you mete out upon his people will be returned upon your head.
The Work and the Glory, American Zion, starts today. Rated PG-13.
Chrysler Town & Country, with the exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't.
Right now, get $2,000 cash allowance on Town & Country. Hurry into your Chrysler dealer today.
JR Furniture's 8 stores are overstocked. This weekend, prices are lower than ever.
JR Furniture. Discover the difference.
Gentlemen, the Mormons have to go.
Well, shoot him.
Joseph Smith, we have a warrant for your arrest.
Joseph, any injustice that you mete out upon his people will be returned upon your head.
The Work and the Glory, American Zion, starts today. Rated PG-13.
Every street we take.
We're back with more today on this Friday morning. It's the 21st day of October, and we've just been serenaded by the enormously talented, beautiful, and really nice Martina McBride.
And only slightly chilly.
Yeah.
Martina McBride.
Who, by the way, just had a baby, her 3rd daughter, 4 months ago, little Ava, as we mentioned, and I don't know how you do it, man, but you look amazing.
You know, it's one of those things, Martina, when I was interviewing you, I couldn't say that. I couldn't go, man, you look great. You really do. So I'm glad Katie did. Yeah, exactly.
Both Alexis and I were like, oh my God, damn, she looks good. Anyway, am I allowed to say that on television? By the way, we just want to mention this one's for the girls. It's such a great, I know I'm all into girl power this morning. I don't know, it must be something in my coffee, but that's such a great song for girls of all ages. And Sarah, who works on the show, told me you told her it was written by two 20-year-old women.
It was written by actually three writers, and I just love how it encompasses all the ages and, you know, talks about...
Are they young writers, or was Sarah Saturday mistaken?
I don't
Sarah
think they're
doesn't
that
actually
young.
even work on the show. We're not exactly who she is.
I'd like you to think they're that young. Sure, they're all 20.
Okay, well, in any event, it's a fabulous song, and thanks so much for coming by. And to everybody, you guys, thank you, because I know you just got off the bus and wet hair and got all gussied up.
Right, we're glad to be here.
Anyway, coming up in this episode, you know the show, the cable show, I Love the 80s?
Yes, I do.
They're going 3D this weekend. Remember this gem from that decade? This gem, Chuck Woolery's Love Connection, right?
Yeah, I'll be back in 2 and 2. I used to love this show, and Mo Rocca's going to be here, and we're going to take a little trip down memory lane, Mo and I. Do you love the 80s?
We're also going to talk about what a $12.5 million bra looks like.
Okay, looking forward to that. I met the guy upstairs from Victoria's.
Guy's wearing it?
No, and I said, hi, are you with the bra? He said, yeah, I am. I got straight through security with that line.
Let's swing into the news next. Natalie Morales is filling in for Ann. She's got the headlines in the morning. Natalie?
Good morning to you all, and good morning, everyone. Residents of Southwest Florida are waiting today, wondering exactly where Hurricane Wilma is heading. Now a Category 4 storm. It's packing winds of about 145 miles an hour. It is bringing rain and high surf to Mexico, where its outer... I
just knew I wasn't going to be able to run after him with, 55, 56 extra pounds on me. My husband says I look incredible, so it must be true, because he wouldn't lie to me. Goodbye, size 18. Hello, size 6.
To be connected to the center nearest you, call 1-800-975-TRIM.
There's a better way to save on gas. Our fuel efficiency review. Free with a Jiffy Lube Signature Service oil change. There's a better way to save on gas. Our fuel efficiency review. Free with a Jiffy Lube Signature Service oil change.
Ask for Pennzoil when you come in for your next Jiffy Lube Signature Service oil change.
Safety is a beautiful thing, especially when it's beautiful. The Volvo XC90, over 50 international automotive awards, and now Auto Pacific's 2005 Best in Class Vehicle Satisfaction Award.
I bet I may as well try and catch the wind.
98.7 KUPL, the biggest hits.
Someday, baby, you and I are gonna be the one, so hold on.
The biggest stars.
I can feel you breathe.
Have you listened lately?